Hey, look at this. This means that I'm about to tell you classified information. Okay? So stay with me and listen to this. You gotta hear this. I need your help. First and foremost, I'm doing this for my two daughters, who is kept from me by their mother so that I can't get in touch with them. And why? Because she's manipulating them to think that I have done these cruel acts against other women. So please help me spread my word. They need to know that their dad isn't a bad man. So please help me. Okay? Follow and like. Today, I'm going to reveal how witnesses lied. So please stay with me. Now, if this is your first viewing of me, just a quick recap. I wrote a book that later became a trilogy about how I was wrongfully accused of rape and domestic violence, among other things. And later, I was wrongfully convicted. And I will in these videos expose the corrupt Swedish justice system using this. My preliminary investigation, or as it's called in Swedish, förundersökning. Now this is confidential. No one has seen this. And this is mine. Okay? And I will use this to show how this was done to me. I have all the evidence right here. And here I must stress the importance that I'm not alone in this. There are a lot of us out there that have been wrongfully convicted for this. And that is because the Swedish justice system is faulty. In my case, there were several things that was wrong. I had corrupt cops that was investigating me, a corrupt chief prosecutor, and corrupt judges. But for today, I'm going to reveal how the witnesses lied using this, my preliminary investigation. Okay? In Swedish, förundersökning. This will prove that they lied. Okay. First, I have to say that there was a lot of witnesses that the police took in for questioning. So I can't talk about everyone. So I'm just going to focus on some of those who lied. And there were a lot of them. Mainly family members and friends. Now, as I said previously in my other videos, I will start with my former girlfriend. Because she was the main plaintiff, victim, or in Swedish, offer. When it came to her witnesses, two stood out. Okay? Well, not really. Her whole family lied. But if I get into that, it's going to be a long video. So I can just focus on the two. Okay? If you want to hear about the other ones, you can read my book. Okay? So, the two who stood out was her daughter, who was around 22 at that time, and her dad. So, to start with her daughter, I'm going to give you a good example of how she lied when it came to what she had seen. Okay? Now, I'm going to start reading from her first hearing in Swedish, förhör. Okay? Now let's see. It was done the 29th of October 2022. Okay? Now this is what she says. Her mother has told her this. She told me that Daniel usually hits her on the right eye. Okay? The right eye. Later, in the same hearing, she says this. 2021 in September, she saw a bruise around her right eye. Again, the right eye, okay? And at the end. The next time was in 2022 when she saw a mark by her right eye. Okay. Right eye again. Now, this bruise is something that I will come back to when I talk about the evidence that was shown in my preliminary investigation. Okay? But for now, I'm going to let that go. And just to be really clear with this observation that she did, in her whole first hearing, she never mentioned that that bruise had been on any other place than on the right eye. Okay? Remember that. Okay. Now I'm going to read from her second hearing, which was made the 24th of January, 2023. This is what she says. It has often been under the left eye. And later, in the same hearing, I also noticed under her left eye that it bulges, in Swedish buktar, a little bit, and that it looks different. It's because all of the times that he has hit her. Now, she has completely changed her story and the placement of the bruise. And in her second hearing, she never explains why or is confronted by this new statement. So how could this be? Well, you see, that is because her mother, my former girlfriend, told the police that I had assaulted her so badly that her left eye got shut by the swelling. And this is what's dangerous when victims and witnesses gets time together. Her daughter had her first hearing the 29th of October 2022 and her second at 24th of January 2023. They had 3 months to come up with the same story. And that is also what's wrong with the Swedish justice system. It always believes the ones that can corroborate the victim's story. And it never questions the truthfulness in those witnesses. And I can say that this was just one thing that she lied about. There are several more crucial things. But again, that's in my book. And if I should take up everything, if I should talk about everything, this video will be an hour long. Okay? So let's move on. My former girlfriend's father. Now he had a totally different story than she had. But again, there is too much details to talk about, so I'm going to talk about 2 of them. The first one is how he explained the trips that we allegedly, in Swedish, påstods, had taken to another town, where I had forced my former girlfriend into having sex. Now, if you remember, I talked about this in one of my previous videos, that she said that it happened every other weekend, but that she later contradicted herself in her 7th hearing by saying that I was at work these Friday nights. Okay? So, I'm now going to read from his first hearing. Okay? Which was made the 23rd of November 2022. Yeah, 2022. She has told me that they go away every 2 weeks, and when they do, they stay at a hotel where Daniel has arranged meetings with other men. These meetings have involved sex with different men, and that the men basically stood in line. Now, this is nothing like what she said. And again, we are going away every other weekend, despite that I was working those evenings. But he wasn't done. A bit further into his hearing, he says this. She describes that he is good at placing the blows, in Swedish, slagen, so that they're not visible. Now, how does that go together with what my former girlfriend, his granddaughter, told the police? Because she had seen the bruises. And I'm not even talking about the eye that got so swollen from a closed fist by me. Now, how is that placing a blow that doesn't show? Now, I can tell you something about that eye. And that is that my kids were at home that week and that they never saw that bloodshot eye. And that is also in my preliminary investigation. And as I was saying in one of my first videos, data doesn't lie. Witnesses did. Okay? Witnesses lie. Now, make sure to watch me when I post my next video, because I will then expose how yet another witness lied. But before I end this, I must tell you, as I've done before, that I don't know what will happen if some of the corrupt cops sees this, or if the chief prosecutor sees this, because these people has taken the law into their own hands before. So, if I get banned, or worse, you will know why. Because this is also a political powder keg. This is not something that the government wants you to see or to know. So please help me spread the word. If not for me, then for my 2 daughters. Because they need to know that their dad isn't what ignorant people are telling them. They need to know that I got all the facts right here in my preliminary investigation. In Swedish, förundersökning. I got all the evidence here that the victim lied and that the witnesses lied. They deserve the truth, and please help me so that I can bring it to them. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.